Hey, today I would like to introduce you to a great friend of mine, the delete button. Our minds are just like computers, and how you program it determines how it's going to function. You can buy the most expensive, powerful, high-tech computer you can find, but if you put the wrong software in it, it's not going to function how it's capable. In a similar way, many people are not living a victorious life today, not because there's something wrong with them, not because their hardware is defective, but because they've allowed their thinking to become contaminated. They start believing the lies. I'm not talented. I don't have a good personality. I've made too many mistakes. You have to learn how to hit the delete button when the lies start coming in. Just like a virus can slow down a perfectly good working computer, our thoughts can keep us from reaching our fullest potential. You're just average, you're ordinary. Delete, I'm a masterpiece, I'm one of a kind. You've seen your best days, it's all downhill from here. Delete, my future will be brighter than my past. Some of you are allowing what somebody said about you to hold you back. There will always be people trying to come into our lives and put water on our fire to keep our seeds of greatness from flourishing. And words are like seeds. If you dwell on them long enough, they will start to take root, they will become a stronghold in your mind, and they will start to become a reality. There are some people who are still dwelling on what somebody said about them 20 years ago. A parent said, "You'll never be successful." A coach said, "You're too small, you don't have what it takes." And instead of hitting the delete button, they played this negative recording over and over again in their minds, and now it's keeping them from the person that God created them to be. In the book of Romans, God tells us to renew our minds with His Word. In other words, to reprogram our software with what He thinks about us. God says that you're blessed, you're talented, you're forgiven, you're provided for, you're more than a conqueror. You have to speak out in faith and say that this is where I am, but this is not who I am. I may be in defeat, but I am not defeated. Some of you, if you would just start hitting the delete button, your life would go to a whole new level. You can't live about your days in negativity and expect to live a life of victory. Your life will follow your thoughts. We should be playing the thoughts of God and His recording, what He thinks about us all throughout the day. And if anything contrary comes along to that, no big deal. Just hit the delete button. You'll never amount to anything. Delete. I will become everything God has created me to be. Now, it's good to be open and listen to advice and good counsel, but all I'm saying is that God didn't put the dream in them. He put the dream in you. I'm asking you today, what are you dwelling on? What do you think about yourself and your family? And does that align with what God thinks about you? In the book of Genesis, there was a time that God was looking for Adam and Eve. He asked them, "Adam, where are you?" And Adam said, "God, we're hiding because we're naked." God said, "Who told you we're naked?" In other words, who told you there's something wrong with you? God knew they were listening to the wrong voices. God's asking us today, who told you you aren't talented? Who told you you've made too many mistakes? Who told you that you won't be provided for? We have to delete this kind of thinking, or else it will contaminate our minds and it will determine the direction of our destiny. What we focus on gets bigger. Some of you have been playing this negative recording over and over again in your minds for years. Today, I'm asking you to change the recording. Put on God's recording. You are blessed. You are talented. You are forgiven. You are provided for. You are a masterpiece.